That is the tragedy of human existence. And this tragedy is called dukkha arya satya, the noble truth of suffering. Here and now, how human mind is carried away by this kind of emotions and hateful thoughts which get translated into hateful words and hateful actions. And there you are. So, what made them do all this? They are indriyas. See, the kings heard accounts from their defense ministers, who were all generals. They said, these Korea fellows have challenged your majesty, saying that blighter, he has no brain and he's sitting there, he's not fit to be a king. And also then abusing your family line, your Vangshavali. In other words, your pedigree, so to say. So, abusing. So the only thing we can do is avenge, revenge. That's what human beings are doing now. All over Afghanistan, Middle East, everywhere. And that fellow Bush, who he called himself a president, he didn't have that much of sense. But he started this war, he just attacked Iraq, and the whole place is absolutely filled with violence, killing, all due to this arrogance of I-ness and my-ness. So this I-ness, my-ness, arrogance is a product of a certain type of thinking. And this thinking originates in the mind. Manindriya, mind as the faculty, the source of all power. Now, Indriya really means that faculty by which one is able to exercise control over others. So they all wanted to control each other, but never themselves. Human beings do that all the time, constantly. They want to control others. They want to put down others. They want to dominate over others, or their dominating influence spread everywhere. All this they want to do, but never control themselves. This blindness again is an endowment as a part of the manindriya, mental faculty, the negative side of mental faculty. So now this story is interesting. This is a historical fact. It's not a Puranic cock and bull story, no. This is a fact. So now, here if you go deeply into this, you see that human life is equipped with such tremendous power of destruction and tremendous power of saving, love, power of benevolence and benefiting the whole universe. So this power, faculty, you see, at two levels. We can, if you define the word Indriya, you will see one at the individual level in the form of various bodily and mental faculties. And the other at the collective level. That word faculty also is applied in a collective way, where, let's say, you say in a university, you have got the faculty members. That is the combined intellectual powerhouse, so to say. now represented by so many professors, so many faculties, means so many different departments. You see, the faculty of philosophy, faculty of religious studies, faculty of science, faculty of technology, faculty of medicine. All these are different branches of knowledge represented by very learned men known as professors and so on. So that's a power, that's an agency, you see, a storage of knowledge. They represent that. And this knowledge is being handed down from teacher to disciple, students to, again, their students, and so on, this chain of human beings and the knowledge and the skill, you see, involved in these various branches of knowledge and skill. All that is handed down in a chain. So, this is at the collective level. So, faculty at the collective level. So, this also amounts to a powerhouse. Knowledge as an empowering agency. Knowledge is power. Now, you send your children in the school and you empower their mind with knowledge. And that knowledge can be utilized not only for, let us say, building up their own homes, their own families, their own survival in future, but survival of this whole civilization, whole species. So this is how, through faculty, continuity of existence, continuity of knowledge, continuity of special powers, all this goes on through the faculties. Sorry. At the individual level, I gave you the instance of the duckling or the pedigree, the horse, the dog, etc. Among human beings, you have got also pedigreed men and women, very, very talented indeed. And how come they are endowed with all this? That is the question. Now, if you take the example of a pedigreed horse, it simply means that the horse, it's a Vangshavali. It says a history of the breeding of this horse. The horse, this particular species, was bred in such a way through years, maybe 10, 20, 30, 40, breeds, line of breeding. So now this particular, the horse that is before you is number 55 in a particular family of breeding. That means before him 55 his, all his father and grandfather and so on, that line. 55th, this particular horse is the 55th. So he has got all the qualities of all his forefathers. Purely at the physical level, I'm talking purely at the physical level. So at the physical level, he is endowed with the talent and the power and so many abilities of the horse, this particular species of this breeding of horse. Now he is endowed with all that cumulative, talent and ability, all kinds of power and ability, so on. So he has got all that his forefathers had developed, the cumulative. So now, if you apply the same, the extrapolate the same idea into mind, let us say. Because from life to life we evolve. Life is not just you are born and you die and the whole story is finished there. No. Though some religions try to make that out, which of course is not borne by facts. I gave you the example of people remembering rebirth, past lives. So life ultimately simply means a line, a chain of existence. Life to life one evolves. It's evolutionary process. That is life. Either from a lower state to a higher state, or vice versa, from higher to lower. That's actually the case. So now, if a person has been bred very well, a human being, let us say, through life to life, he has been trained his mind has been trained in a certain way. His mind has been trained that violence never works. Human beings beget human beings, dogs beget dogs, horses beget horses. The mango fruit or mango plant begets mango fruits. So this begetting of the same kind, whether a human being or an animal or a particular fruit, tree. Now, this chain, as this begetting goes on, all the traits of the previous lives are also passed on to the next, to the later ones. So now, for instance, the eye, we have got 5 physical faculties. They are sense organs: eye, ear, nose, tongue, tongue and the body. These 5. Chakshu, Shrota, Grana, Jivha, Kaya. And then the mind is the 6th Indriya or faculty. Now these faculties have evolved from life to life to life. If you had intensely desired to see things and enjoy the things of the world, and you, through the use of your eye, this tremendous pleasure of seeing, experiencing the world, if you have developed the attachment for the eye so much, you are bound to be born in a world with an eye, because you have already nurtured that eye faculty. And you come back again this time with the eye. I'll give you an experience. I had visited this Bandipur, forest range. The chief conservator had taken me some years ago, it was somewhere in the 70s. He wanted to show me all the animals, wild animals and everything there. That Bandipur, very famous forest bungalow and all that, station. So there, we were driving in a jeep, or one of those bigger jeeps, that these departments have. And there, about 6 or 7 of us, they were all there. Mr. Kaikini, chief conservator, he was there. I was there, so all of us were going. Now he had men who were highly trained eye. They could spot a wild animal miles away. So now one of them just whispered, saying, oh, ane, anta. There you see there is a big elephant there, somewhere near that hillock. My goodness, I tried my very best to see and just scurrying very hard to find out where is that elephant. I could never see it, nor the others who were not trained. But Kaikini had a trained eye also. He said, see, look at that little hillock there. Yes, I could see the hill. It was a big, big object. You just, go around the hill, Now come to the bottom of the hill with your sea. There do you see something? Yeah. And the elephant had camouflaged itself so well, it looked like a rock. Rock was blackish and the elephant was also blackish. And when I saw this creature, a huge one, and then a whole lot of them, I was wondering, my goodness, how this man has trained his eye in such a way that he could see it from miles away, but I could never see. Now this is the story of faculties. Just eye faculty. I have given you other stories also about supernormal powers, psychic abilities, and all these special abilities which are storage of power. They are potentials whereby you could do wonderful things. You can exercise control over nature, over this, over men, over so many kinds of things. Ability to exercise control, that is faculty. Controlling over others, governing others, ability to govern. That is why the word indriya, it says indrasya kammang or karmang iti indriyam. The action of governing, of controlling, of a ruler, Indra, is indriya. So, now this ability, today I wanted to discuss only up to the physical faculties. I have mentioned about 6 now. Eye, ear, nose, tongue, body. 5 plus mind. Plus there is the indriya of femininity and masculinity. That a man has got masculine characteristics. Very, very special indeed. This masculinity and femininity is not merely what you call reproductive organs or organism. It's not only that. It's a whole lot of traits and the special type of mind that a man has different from a woman. A woman has different from a man. Though they are very close friends, they are husband and wife, but they are two different species altogether. So the idea of man and woman is equal, same, physically, is just a fake idea. Equality does not exist in physical level. It exists at the mental level. The opportunity to be equal, yes. A woman can become an arahat, a liberated, perfected, enlightened being. And Bhagavan Buddha had hundreds, thousands of them, his disciples. They are all mothers, holy mothers. They are wonderful people indeed. Just as a man, bhikkhu, can become enlightened, bhikkhuni too can become enlightened. So at that level, yes, this word can apply. Otherwise, the physical level or the social level, family level, the question of equality is not the right term, but some other, let's say the equality of opportunities and etc. You see, that is. So now, these physical 6 or 5 mental faculty, the faculty of the gender, the femininity and masculinity, all these put together comes 8 altogether. 5 plus 2 masculine and femininity, and the life, what is called jivitindriya. Now this is a very wonderful faculty indeed. Now this is the repository, the storehouse, so to say, of all the karmic, the karmas, that karmic forces that we have accumulated through hundreds and thousands of janmas, which have not yet found, which have not yet produced a result. So they are in the form of a potency. So they are potencies in the karmic forces, and they are there in our consciousness or mind is the carrier of all these potencies. They are known as katatta karma. Actions already performed, but the results have not yet come. Results will appear only when they have right opportunities and conditions prevail. So this indriya, jivit indriya, is the controlling agency, so to say, where all our past karmic, all these karmic forces that we have accumulated, they get expended through these particular indriya. They get worked out through this indriya. And so it has a very specific, it is both mental and physical. Jivit indriya is both that. There is the mental jivit indriya, there is also the physical jivit indriya. So they work out the past karmic energies, so to say. Today I will leave it at this. We will pick it up again. The same theme will continue. There are 22 different indriyas. I have dealt so far only with the physical, the bodily faculties, and they are tremendous dominating influence over life, over everything that you can think of. Just the sight itself, forget about any other. The seeing, the ability to see, makes life so very different from the man who doesn't have this capacity to see, who is a blind person. So with this I conclude. May the blessings of Bhagavan Buddha, his